It's been a while. And it's my birthday. Okay, well, technically it's not my birthday. That was last week, but I didn't get to recording this until today. I really wanted to record this because I'm now 34, and that's young. But I've been conditioned to believe that it isn't. I've been conditioned to believe that I haven't been pushing myself enough. The last time that we spoke, it was August 18th, 2023, almost 2 whole years ago. And I was talking about whether or not you need transmedia. A lot has happened in the last 2 years. I've moved. I got a new studio, obviously. I've read a lot of books. I've watched a lot of movies. I've watched a lot of television. I've written a lot of new things. I've come out with a book. My wife and I wrote a book, and nobody read it. I was on a podcast called Story World Explorers with my friends Frank and Jack, where I pitched my transmedia narrative based on a card game called The Knights of Medista. And after pitching it to them, Frank became a producer on the series. And for the past 2 years, we've been working on that card game and subsequent things like short stories, novels, a website and personality quiz kind of thing, which is really cool. It's really cool. We've been working on that stuff. And in the meantime, I've been wanting to get back to posting videos on this channel. I had an idea for Mad About This Media Season 2. There's another YouTuber, Austin McConnell, who has built this cinematic universe with characters that are in the public domain. And it was a really cool video and it really inspired me. And so my idea for Mad About This Media Season 2 was I was going to do my own similar vein thing, taking public domain characters, building out a cinematic universe in the way of building it into my own transmedia model that is based on the Houston Howard transmedia model, that's based on, the hero's journey and the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all of the pitfalls of modern day cinematic universes that I've seen. I was really excited for Mad About This Media Season 2, and we moved. And that was enough to kind of knock me off my horse, and I've never gotten back to it. I think part of the reason why I wanted to start this video is that I've been doing a lot of thinking about my life in terms of where I belong in this industry. I think the industry is changing so much. The world is ending. Capitalism is killing our entire country. There's just so many things that are going wrong with this world right now, and so it kind of feels like suffocating a little bit. But through all that, I still want to create. I still want to make stuff. I'm kind of sick of being in my own way. And I think I needed to take these 2 years to learn all of the things that I've been learning and think about all of the things that I've been thinking about, and taking this time to kind of ponder my place in this world and in this industry. And I think that I'm ready to start re-entering. So with Knights of Medista, part of what has inspired this series that I'm going to be calling In Development is that I've been, while working on my trading card game, interacting with the homemade trading card game community. I have been following other YouTubers. Chaos Galaxy TCG created a devlog series where he talked about creating this new game from scratch and seeing how it all works. I've been watching independent filmmakers on YouTube and TikTok talk about their process and about how they've fully filmed and funded their own feature films and have put them on Film Hub and gotten them on Tubi and are making money. And I want to be a part of this. We self-published our own book, but we don't know how to market it, yet. In the meantime, I've been working on other projects, helping other people create their stuff. I'm learning the basics of animation, and it's a whole new world. It's incredibly difficult, but it's so fascinating and so fun. And I'm developing all of these new skills, and I want to continue to build upon what I've already set out to do with this devlog series that I've been watching on both the film side of things and the game side of things and the book side of things. I figure I'm doing all of those things. Why don't I talk about it? I have a lot of different projects that are irons in the fire right now, Erin just finished a feature film script that she and I were developing together. It's so good and so funny, and I'm going to take a pass at editing it, but it's like almost ready, and so we're talking about figuring out how to market that. She was gone in California for a week. This is the perfect time for me to hunker down. I can film a whole feature film if I just plot it out. I can film it, and it's about this guy who's going crazy in his apartment. She left, and she was gone for a week, and I didn't do it. I wanted to. I wanted to so bad. And I even plotted it out. I have a whole outline and everything, and I just haven't done it. I wrote maybe 17 pages, and I didn't finish it. And then a couple weeks later, she had to go out again and was gone for another week. And I was like, okay, now is the perfect time to do it. And I didn't do it. And then I turned 34. And I got scared that I am too far in my own way. And so what I want to do is I want to talk to you about it. I want to make weekly videos talking about everything that I have in development, where it's at, how I'm figuring it out, how I'm going about doing it. And I think that by having a sort of deadline for a video, it gives me reason enough to get stuff done, I guess. I already meet with Frank weekly. We've been play testing the game. The game is up on Tabletop Simulator right now, and it's actually getting really good. We're getting ready to go to Protospiel, which is a trading card game and board game play tester convention, which is so cool. We're preparing to go in September, and we're getting ready, trying to get all of the stuff ready for that. The game is finally playable. It's got a good pace. It's fun. It's interesting. It's a little complicated, but it was way more complicated when we first started. So there's progression, and I feel good about it, and I want to continue on this journey, and I want to continue to feel good about it, and I want to continue to progress. I want to talk about a lot of stuff. I want to talk about my book that no one read. I know that maybe like 20 people bought the book, and I know that of those 20 people, maybe 4 read it. And if anybody has bought and read the book, they haven't let me know. It's an interesting feeling. I don't know if I shared this story with you, but several years ago, we were driving to Las Vegas for a weekend. We were coming up over the hill, and as soon as we crested over that hill, we saw the lights of Vegas. And we started to have a conversation about success and what that looks like. Throughout my entire childhood and most of my young adult life, I thought that I needed to have everything figured out by the time I was 18. I thought I had to know what I was doing, know what I wanted to do, and then be on the path to pursuing it. And I think the idea of success that was hammered into my head as a kid was, you have a wife, you have 2.5 kids, you have the dogs, you have the white picket fence, you have the good stable job. And I had tried for all of that, and I found myself to be severely unhappy with some of it. And I realized that life is so narrow. That life is not available for everybody. I can't afford a house, Nobody can afford a house. I want to be creative and be in a job that is creative. That has never been a practical career choice, according to many people. And so I decided right then and there that my idea of success, what would make me happy, is to have a shelf with things on it that I created. Movies, books, whatever it was. I wanted to fill a shelf with the things that I made. And if I could do that and continue to do that, I would be happy. A few years later, Erin bought me a shelf, and she made DVD cases of all the short films that I made, and we put them up. And that shelf is right there across from me. And not only does it have DVD cases of the short films that I made, that we made together, but it also has our book. And it also has her book. She made a kid's book called The Adventures of Jumping Jimmy. And we worked on that together, and I illustrated it. And then we have the beta decks for my card game. And that's really cool. But I don't want that to stop here. I want to continue making stuff. And so hopefully, with you to help keep me accountable, for me to keep accountable to you, really, I want to continue talking about the things that I'm working on, and I want to continue to do them. We can get Mad About This Media Season 2 up and running, and we can do some fun stuff with that. More people will read my book. I want a lot of things, but I am learning that my ambition is hurting me. I am learning that I want so much that it is killing me not to have it. And that is affecting the lives of those around me. This has been a very transformative 2 years. Very, very low lows, but very high highs. And I want to learn from that time period and maybe figure out how to replicate some of those highs. I'm excited. And I missed you. I missed this. Looking back at the way Mad About This Media was in the first season and season 1.5, I wrote the scripts of these videos and tried to approach it academically and tried to produce it in a way that was, I guess, educational. But I think that was doing a disservice to you. I don't think you want to hear that. I don't think you want to be taught in that way. I am not in a place to teach you much of anything in the respect of I have any sort of knowledge or authority over you. Now, granted, I have a bachelor's degree in film with a focus on transmedia, which is something that is not a household word, really. But everybody knows what transmedia is, even if they don't know what the word is for it. We talk about franchises, and that's what people assume, right? And everybody knows what those are. Star Wars has been around for 50 years. So I think my initial approach as kind of this guru who knows things that can teach you stuff, I think it was wrong. I see that now. I think this should be more conversational. I think I should be asking more what you guys think and just present my findings. Hey, this is what I found. This is what I've seen. This is what I'm experiencing. What do you think? And maybe, I don't know. We'll see what comes of that. I'm excited. I don't know how long these videos are going to be. I don't have a script for them. I have a basic idea of the talking points, but I think it's going to be far less produced from now on and more just, hi, how you doing? This is what happened this week. Welcome to 34.